Hi everybody, and welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. So logging into MTG Arena today, I noticed I've got a whole bunch of cards that the game just gave me. I'm not entirely sure why. I think maybe some of these are cards I previously had that were maybe taken away from bans or something like that, and are now being given back to me. I'm not really certain. But hey, whatever, free cards, I guess. Um, Oh, okay. So there's, I guess, some kind of, event happening. The Arena Open, huh? Let's find out what that is. Arena Open Day 1. Compete for monetary rewards. Sign up for this Day 1 event and get all 7 wins to qualify for Day 2, where top finishers earn monetary rewards. Players may enter Day 1 as many times as they wish, but can only enter Day 2 once, even if they've qualified through Day 1 multiple times. Format for this Day 1 event is... sorry about that, I just had a prompt pop up on my screen for an install that's going in the background. Format for this Day 1 event is Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Sealed, with single game matches. The Day 2 event will use traditional Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Draft for best of 3 matches using sideboards and individual timers. Must be 18 years or older to participate. Huh. So, entry for this is a little out of my price range currently, apparently. Just too bad, because I had been kind of, why is it in, like, Arabic or something? Okay. I had been hoping to play a, sealed at some point, um, but I wasn't intending to do that today anyway, so let's see if, we can find the draft option somewhere here. Um, I know that there's a way to access more play options, but I can never seem to find it in this UI for some reason. There's the direct challenge button, but that's not right. And if I hit play... Okay. Here we go. Alright, so let's do another premiere draft for Neon Dynasty, and see where it gets us. Fresh draft, fresh draft. Drafting itself is often kind of my favorite part. Kind of, thinking through what all the possibilities are for your deck as you're going through the draft process. With physical tabletop Magic, I tend to also get kind of excited about what I might be able to do with those cards in my decks. I can't say I feel that same excitement when I'm playing MTG Arena, just because I don't really play Constructed on here. Not that I play Constructed that much in physical Magic either, but at least I do play a little bit of Commander or something here or there, and like to keep around like a Type 2 deck or something, just because I'm the kind of player who likes to always sort of have a deck on hand and be able to challenge somebody and play if I'm out at an event or something, maybe going to a convention, and Magic is a great way to kind of meet new people and break the ice and make new friends in those kinds of situations, especially if you're like me and you're not necessarily the most socially outgoing person by nature. Really gives you something to kind of focus on besides just the fact that you don't know how to interact with the person that you're talking to. Boseiju, who endures. This is one channel. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. Search your library for a land card with a basic land type, put on the battlefield. Shuffle, cost 1 less for each legendary creature you control. I mean, I guess it's a useful card, but it's a disenchant in green that it fits into a land slot, so it's not the worst. But it's also not the best. In this particular pull, I don't see anything else that really warrants me immediately taking it, so I'll just go ahead and grab this and kind of see if anything more urgent comes up for us to go into. So, the second pack, we have only one green card, and it's not particularly, promising for me here. Maybe if I'd pulled some kind of big green bomb the first time or something like that. But, I think I'm just gonna go with, something that I know is potentially useful. Maybe I'll even go with, the Sunblade Samurai, just because it has built-in fixing. So if I do end up going into white, at least I've got some additional, mana fixing in it. Okay, Blade Blizzard Kitsune, those are decent. Maybe I'm being pushed into white, which is fine. Yeah, that's probably my best pick here. Create 2 1/1 color spirit creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn, cost 1 less. Creature legendary. 2/2 lifelink. That turns into equipment. If I were drafting in real life, I'd probably end up picking that just because I have this bad tendency to rare draft. But, this Coiling Stalker is pretty good, but yeah, maybe I'll stick with that. Whenever a vehicle you control attacks, vehicle gains first strike, or untap Kitsune's. I think this is my best option here, at least in my current colors. Not in red, so I'm not gonna go with that. 2 +1 target you control, or put 2 lower counters on target saga you control. I think this Disciple is going to be a better option. Lifelink is pretty strong and limited. Alright, well, with nothing better to grab, I might as well get some white-green fixing. Tap target creature you don't control. Or another bearer of memory. Hmm. I think I'll go with the Subduer, just to kind of give myself more options. Okay, interesting. So the Mech Hanger allows a vehicle to become a creature without crewing it. This Jukai training is also pretty decent, actually. It's a better Grizzly Bears. That's always an acceptable option. I guess I'll just grab that, because there's nothing else in my colors. Stuck with the Grafted Growth, but I think I'm just gonna toss it straight to the sideboard. Alright, the Ancestral Katana tabled. That's pretty good for me. I like those. I guess the Ambitious Assault. Again, I'll probably just go straight to sideboard. The safekeeping is not a bad thing for me to have. Alright. So, well, since I'm in green, that feels like a pretty obvious choice. 2, 4, 5 green spirit creature tokens for 5 mana. Each of them gets Vigilance, Reach, or Trample. Seems pretty legit. Though it is very heavy on green, which might kind of force me to actually run some of that green acceleration that I've picked up. We'll see. Probably use more 2-drops, but I think I still want that lifelink. I've seen this played against me, and I wasn't terribly excited about how strong it was, even for my opponent, so... if Enchanted Permanent is a creature among the greatest power in the group, okay. Okay. Oh, the rest is also really good, though, and I don't have all that much removal yet. I might have to go with the arrest. There's probably no one else really in green right now, because there wasn't a lot of green before. That could be because somebody else was drafting it, but it's hard to say. Cat Beast. There's more white removal. Yeah. don't know what cued that sound effect. Okay. One or both. So, technically I could get a creature and an enchantment creature, and since I'm running a couple of those, that might actually be pretty decent. Might be worth running, maybe. Alright, well, with nothing better to pick, I might as well get more removal. Can't complain too much about that, I guess. Safekeeping? Just nothing in my colors, so might as well grab something that's decent, even if it's not in my color. Fade into Antiquity. Probably won't run it, but at least it's in my colors. Hey, this tabled for me. That's pretty positive for me. I was hoping it might, given how much, or how little, rather, green was being passed in the first set of packs. But I wasn't sure. So I touched before, I'm, not the most outgoing person, but I'm going to try really hard to be, especially on these streams. I really want to kind of use this, among other things, as a way to get myself into that mindset and trying to, at least, in so much as I can, interact with all of you folks that are watching. Oh dear. Maybe I'm suddenly in blue? Flying, Ward 3. When it dies, return a number of permanents. Total mana cost 6 or less to their owner's hands. I mean, it's quite good. I guess this is actually better for me, but, ugh, man, it hurts to pass something that nice. And if this were the type of draft where I knew I'd actually be playing against the people at my draft table, aside from the fact that it probably is valuable, I probably would have taken that as a hate draft, just to prevent the other folks at the table from running a redonkulously powerful blue deck. Okay, creates a creature token, +1/+1 counter, exile the saga. Current touch attacks. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. When you do, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token, or exile creature card from a graveyard. When you do, +1/+1 counter and target creature you control. Huh. This isn't bad, and you can send it in there with its ninjutsu to intentionally destroy an artifact, potentially. I'll probably grab it just because it gives me an option. Although, another Coiling Stalker would be very nice. I think I might want that more. what does the safekeeping do? This is a bit more of a combat trick. Although it has negative synergy with some of my other stuff. Probably take it just to have options. I kind of hate passing removal, but I've already got 3 of those, and it's not the best removal in the set. This I remember being quite annoying to play against, so I think I will grab that. So... I definitely want one of these. I haven't been able to draft one up until now. I did pass one in an earlier pack, but it disappeared on me pretty quickly. Alright, Thundersteel Colossus. None of these are useful to me, so... Just, Okay, still have to cut 50 cards. Set our card back before we forget. We just have more of those than I need. Probably underestimated the value of those while I was drafting. Even though they're mostly just a vanilla 3-2, they also can be useful later on. Yep, that's not actually in my colors, even though it kind of looks like it is on the surface. I don't know how I ended up with 2 of those. Don't want to run that. This card is so weird, I'm not sure it actually deserves to be a rare. It almost feels more like an uncommon, but maybe it's more powerful than I think. Okay, I can cut one more of those. I think I can actually cut one of my Repel the Vials. There's just really a lot of them. So I didn't really get the fixing to necessarily cast this very reliably, but it's still pretty powerful even in that scenario, so I'm going to keep it around. And for the most part, it'll just be sort of a basic white-green, like, weenie mid-range. Somewhere between weenie and stompy. More on the weenie side, because there's not really a lot in there that's above 3 cost. Definitely hoping that we'll get some wins in here. Deck's not bad. We didn't get any major bombs, but we've got plenty of removal and a couple of decent cards. Should be able to at least squeeze out a couple of wins here. Okay, so we're actually pretty close to being able to play that with our starting hand. We just need one more forest. We've got a turn 2 drop and a turn 3 drop. We've got both colors. We've got 4 land, which is relatively ideal. So we're gonna hang on to this. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to pay that this turn. And I probably won't next turn either. Turned into a 3-2. That's fine. This one for 1. Does that have lifelink? It has lifelink. Okay. So I think that's the move. If they attack with the Ambusher, I will block it and trade. If they don't, then I'll attack with the Subduer and tap something down. And then drop something else. Got our double striker ninjutsu. It'd be really nice to drop Historian's Wisdom on them. That's gonna make a very powerful creature. So I think I'll do that. And what I'll do in the meantime... This is only if it attacks alone. Okay. I'll go ahead and hard cast this. It's actually quite good for a 1/1 for 1 flying. 1/1 for 1 flying with an on-play tap effect is really quite strong for blue. I don't know if they forgot that I have double strike or what. They're kind of representing a combat trick. But I don't know what that would be. Huh, okay. Hard cast this again. To pretend maybe that I have... That is so good with ninjutsu. Wow. Yeah, that's, very strong. I don't know that I have a way to even hold them off at this stage. I basically have to drop this for the lifelink. I can... I just have to keep my blockers open. Can't do anything. Silver for Master's a real problem for me. Each player sacrifices a creature. that is also bad for me. Okay. I have to do this differently. I have to do that, and that. And then I can block... I can't block the Guild Captain. I can only block there. That's my best case scenario. So, that dies, everything else loses power, I gain life, I survive the turn. Ooh, I thought I was a goner there, but I turned that around. Okay. And I'll gain one more life. And now, under the circumstances, I really need to Historian's Wisdom on my Disciple. And then I need to drop this Katana. And next turn, I will also equip that onto the Golden Kill Disciple to get even more life back, or I can put the Katana on the Blade Blizzard Kitsune to make it a real threat. Interesting. I'm not sure what I was expecting them to do, but I don't think it was that. So... they're definitely going to want to block that, or it's going to be 8 damage to them. Unusual choices they're making here. Okay, so... I'll drop my Teachings to the Kirin. It'll get my Chunk Blocker. And I'll go ahead and pay that, make my Trampler even larger. And let's see what they have up their sleeve. They are representing 5 damage. Maybe they're gonna ninjutsu in something big and finish me off that way, but if they could do that, I would think they would have done it by now. Okay. Lifelinker. They emptied out their hand. 1 mana available. They can't do much with that. Still attacking. I am truly baffled by that. At this stage, I don't even care if they kill my Golden Tail Disciple. What really matters is all the trample damage I'm able to do at the moment. So... They have no path to victory. If I just attack with everything, I win. I don't think they remembered that my shrine has trample. That game was really, pretty good. It's one of those examples of how, you know, really thinking things through when you're on the ropes can save you and turn what would have been an inevitable loss into a victory. Alright, claim prize. Let's take a look at the mastery tree. I think I'll go with this one, just because I may not actually end up unlocking the rest of the stuff in the tree, and of the stuff that I have played so far, the only card represented on any of these is the Ancestral Katana. So... Alright everybody, thank you for joining me on Yukikaze Gaming. Hope to see you here next time.